check this out. My 7-figure business community is finally open. So if you're an online coach, educator, or you sell some sort of mentorship, I've got loads and loads of treats for you in here. I'm going to show you how to create a high ticket offer. I'm going to, help you get your next sale and so much stuff in here. So the link will be in the description below. Go and join it. I'll see you in there. In this video, I am going to be breaking down what are the 3 reasons why people work with you, right? And these are the only 3 reasons I've realized I've experienced in over my years. And there is no other one that the other 3 that I can find. So how I break this down is LCU formula, okay? And this is the reason why people work with you. And what I want you to take away from this video is that once you have watched it, there might be maybe in this category or this category and this category might be something that you need to work on to figure out or find your client or your ideal client. So the first thing is that when you explain your niche and or what you do or what your product is or what your service is, what you need to do is in your presentation or in your program or in your course or in your content or in your marketing, when you're trying to find the right person, you need to make it seem logical, right? And what do I mean that you need to make it seem logical? One way you can make it seem logical is by presenting it on a whiteboard or on a spreadsheet. So whiteboard or spreadsheet. Why? Because what we do is we tend to see it logically. So we need to see it on a spreadsheet or we need to see it on a whiteboard. And when you see on a whiteboard, it makes it seem just that little bit more believable, and you understand part of our brain, I don't know, is some science behind it, that we need to see it in a logical format. So whatever you're offering, make sure you are able to articulate what you do logically in a spreadsheet or whiteboard. And I feel like I do probably most of my videos, or at least some of them are probably in whiteboards. I think I just like teaching or like using the whiteboard. I feel like when I use the whiteboard, it helps me, confirms it with me as well, that I know I'm doing the right thing. So the second thing I've written down here is you need to be able to build connection, right? And one of the ways you can build connection and trust is by sharing your values or doing things that are going to be in common with the person that you are trying to attract. And I feel like I can do a better job at connecting with people. I just feel like I can. I just don't feel like I can connect with a lot of people. I don't know why. And it's just something that I need to work on. But like, you might be great at connecting with people, right? Look at, for example, I don't know if you watched the Trump and the Biden debate when it happened, right? And it was like a segment in there, I think it was 2 minutes or something. Biden, talking about the American president, Biden says to Trump, "Oh, well, I'll beat you at golf." And he looks at him and says, "Well, you've never picked up a golf in your whole life. You wouldn't even be able to hit this or that, whatever it was," talking about the length of something, right? And then they went back and forth, right? This is the point, is that they're talking to the American audience, probably 100 million watching that. Now, none of them can relate to that because a lot of people don't play golf. It's a rich man's sport. If you're somebody who knows exactly what the price of milk is and somebody asked me in front of you and I said, I think it's £10, like, I'm just not in touch with the reality of what world we're living in, right? So, and all of a sudden, if I said that, what will happen is you will lose connection. You'll be like, oh, we're not the same. But for example, if you go to the church or you go to the mosque and you're watching this and we're both very heavily focused on our faith, even though we might be different religions, that's a value we can connect on because you're a faith person and I'm a faith person. So it's something we have in common. All of a sudden, if I was selling something or I had a product that I want you to be interested in, you'll probably look at me as a man of faith and I would buy from him or I would buy from her, right? So it's really important to establish with your ideal client how you can build connection and how you can build trust and your values are aligned. And that could be like political, that could be like the same things that you believe in, like you believe in honesty, you would go for honesty and integrity over money all day long. Like some people do the opposite. That if that's your values, that's something you might be able to connect with someone with. So I want you to understand, like, these three things matter when you're selling your service or your product. And I want you to ask yourself, can you logically explain it on a spreadsheet or whiteboard? Can you also, in what you're saying, can you be a bit, can you put a joke in that? Can you say something in your presentation that way you can connect with the person that's listening to this or watching this? Right? And can you share maybe some of your values in there where it loosens you up so you can share your personality a little bit? Because look, people love it when people make mistakes. We are human beings, we all make mistakes. Right? If I drop a pen on the floor, that's a human error. I'm not going to edit it out. It's just part of who I am. I might mess something up, I'm going to leave it in there because I want people to be able to relate to me. I'm a normal human being. Like, I'm just like everyone else that's watching. Right? The only thing is that I'm on TV or I'm on a video. Right? So, and the last thing is, stands for urgency. You have to be able to let the person that's watching or listening understand that you have to urgently change your situation, right? And one of the ways you do that is that you explain to them the cost of not doing it. And if you can do that and help them realize that the problem they have is real, right? And it's an urgent situation and they really need to do something about it. And if they don't, they're going to be stuck like Jack in a pickup truck, or they're not going to be able to move, or they're not going to be able to do anything else if they don't take action. So you have to be able to let your clients or your customers know, or future customers know, the urgency of the situations. And one of the ways you can do that, and I talked about this in one of my other videos, was, for example, if I help small business owners, online coaches, mentors, people who sell mentorship courses, programs, if I help you get high ticket clients and show you exactly what you need to do to first create a premium offer, a high ticket offer, and then attract premium clients or high ticket clients, right? And I do that. I help you make more money. When we look at your businesses, I look at if you've got a high ticket offer. And my very first offer in the online space was a £20,000 program, right? It was a high ticket offer. So that's something I specialize in to help you generate more profits for your business. Now, if I, for example, say to you, well, can I ask you a question? And I involve this in my presentation or in my marketing. Let me ask you a question. Yeah, sure. Do you have a high ticket premium offer right now in your business? No, I don't. Okay. May I ask if we was to, let's say we looked at the value of your business and we looked at what you was offering and figured out that each client is worth £5,000 to your company, right? And if we got your structure right, and we got your product right, and we got your leads process right, we just fixed all the bottlenecks in your business, we realized that we could probably get an extra 10 clients coming into your business. So if we look at it that way, that's 5,000 a client times 10 sales a month, that's £50,000. So if I can highlight to you, wait a minute, whoa, like the cost for you not to do this is right now costing your business £50,000 a month. That's like, what's that a year, right? That's like £600,000. That's over £500,000 a year, or $500,000 a year. If I can help you see that and make you see the cost of you not doing it, like all of a sudden, your content is going to speak to their pain. They're going to realize what's missing in their business, and they're going to buy into what you're doing. And this is not no manipulative process, or this is some like sneaky way of doing something. No, everything you do has to be strategic and done it in the right way. And everything is packaged up in what your message says and how you deliver it. Right? So, for example, if you go to a beautiful restaurant and they might have like really nice food, but if their packaging is like not good, it's going to put you off, right? But if the restaurant could be mediocre, but the packaging and the branding is so good because the way they've packed it, the experience is just on another level. Like, that's what you want to experience. So everything is about how you deliver it, and everything is about how you message it and what it says on the tin. And it needs to speak to the right person. So so 3 lessons that I want you to unpack from this. So when you are when you are trying to speak to the right person or you're trying to attract the right client, I want you to make sure in your content, in your messaging, on your website, on your email marketing, whatever you do, you need to make sure you have these three things in there. One, whatever you're saying in your message has to be logically explained, on a whiteboard or a spreadsheet. At the very same time, it also needs to have some connection built in there where, where someone's watching this or listening to this or reading this understands that, wait a minute, our values align, I can trust this person, we have connection, and at the very same time, there needs to be some urgency for them to go and take action. Because if you just deliver the first two and there's no CTA, there's no call to action, they haven't realized like what is costing them, they're not going to take action. So make sure all these three things are in the message that you are trying to offer, and I promise you, you will attract the right people and you will have queues of people lining up wanting to work with you.
Check this out, my 7-figure business community is finally open. So if you're an online coach, educator, or you sell some sort of mentorship, I've got loads and loads of treats for you in here. I'm going to show you how to create a high ticket offer. I'm going to, help you get your next sale and so much stuff in here. So the link will be in the description below. Go and join it. I'll see you in there.